high-stakes phone call between the world's two most powerful leaders, a blunt warning over Taiwan, and a fragile balance between diplomacy, deterrence, and force. China's President Xi Jinping has told US President Donald Trump that Taiwan is the single most important issue in China-US relations. According to Chinese state media, Xi Jinping used a phone call with Donald Trump to issue a direct warning over Taiwan, urging Washington to act with prudence when supplying weapons to the self-governed island. Xi described Taiwan as China's territory and said Beijing must safeguard its sovereignty and territorial integrity, reinforcing long-standing claims that reunification remains a core national objective. Trump characterized the call as excellent, long, and thorough, saying the relationship with China and with President Xi personally remains extremely strong and strategically important. The conversation covered a wide range of global flashpoints, including Russia's war in Ukraine, tensions with Iran, fentanyl trafficking, and China's energy purchases from the United States. Trump also revealed that Beijing is considering increasing soybean imports from the US to 20 million tons, up from the current 12 million, signaling potential movement on trade. The call comes amid a renewed diplomatic push by Western leaders to reset relations with Beijing, including recent visits by the UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Trump is expected to visit China in April, a trip he says he is very much looking forward to, adding further weight to the timing of the call. On Taiwan, Xi warned that US arms sales risk accelerating a dangerous and violent situation across the Taiwan Strait, echoing Beijing's fierce response to last year's $11 billion US arms package for the island. The United States maintains formal diplomatic ties with Beijing, not Taipei, but remains Taiwan's most powerful backer and its largest arms supplier. Taiwan has welcomed the Trump-Xi call, saying it will help stabilize the region as China ramps up military pressure near the island. Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te insisted relations with Washington remain rock solid and that defense cooperation will continue uninterrupted.
Taiwan has always focused on US-China interactions, and there are good communication channels between Taiwan and the US. This time, the dialogue between the leaders of China and the US upheld 4 unchanged principles in the US-China-Taiwan trilateral relationship.
If both the Republic of China and the People's Republic of China are mutually non-subordinate, Taiwan is not a part of the People's Republic of China, and this fundamental fact remains unchanged. Second, the United States' commitment based on the Taiwan Relations Act and the 6 assurances to Taiwan is unwavering.
Thirdly, the US remains committed to its national security and defense strategies, forming alliances with friendly nations, sharing collective defense responsibilities, and maintaining Indo-Pacific peace and stability. Fourth, the Taiwan-US relationship is as firm as a rock, and all cooperation projects are continuing steadily with no changes foreseen. I sincerely hope that all our fellow citizens will support the government and our nation. Let us move forward hand in hand, and our country will surely become better and better.
So we don't worry too much about this whole telephone communication. In fact, we believe that it will contribute to stabilize the situation, especially given the fact that China keep on escalating the tension in the Taiwan Strait and this whole region. I think that the only concern that's going to impact the future arms sale is about our opposition party's attitude toward the arms sale, toward the defense budget. I think that's the most important, since that the U.S. has already promised to sell us to Taiwan a certain amount of weapons. This is very important for us to acquire those capabilities. But the problem is that so far we haven't seen any cooperation from the legislative yet.
The call also followed a virtual meeting between Xi Jinping and Russia's President Vladimir Putin, underlining China's increasingly complex global balancing act. As Washington and Beijing trade reassurances, Taiwan remains the unresolved fault line where diplomacy and confrontation continue to collide.
A day after a phone call between Russian and Chinese presidents, U.S. President Donald Trump also confirmed a wide-ranging phone call with Chinese President Xi Jinping, a conversation that touched directly on Iran. Trump described the relationship as strong, emphasizing both leaders understand the importance of stability. The call also covered trade, Taiwan, and Trump's plans to visit China later this year, though Beijing stopped short of confirming that timeline. China's official readout focused instead on upcoming global summits and future leader-level meetings. What it did not mention is just as notable: no reference to distancing from Iran and no shift in Beijing's long-standing positions. The timing matters. Just a day earlier, Chinese President Xi held a separate call with Russian President Vladimir Putin, where Iran was also discussed. The Kremlin later confirmed that Moscow and Beijing continue to back each other on core national interests. Kremlin Foreign Affairs Advisor Yuri Ushakov said Russia and China remain aligned in the face of external challenges, signaling coordination, not division, as Western pressure on Iran increases.
We consistently offer each other steadfast support on all critical matters that directly affect our respective national interests. When confronted with external challenges, our nations operate, as our Chinese friends often say, back to back, and can always count on each other without hesitation. During their discussions, Chairman Xi Jinping extended an invitation to Vladimir Putin to undertake an official visit to China during the first half of the current year. The invitation was gratefully accepted. The precise timing and further details will be coordinated at a later date. The leader of the People's Republic of China also extended an invitation to the Russian president to participate in the upcoming summit of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum, APEC, which will be held in the southern Chinese city of Shenzhen. President Vladimir Putin and President Xi Jinping have exchanged their perspectives on the ongoing state of diplomatic relations with the United States. Our fundamental approaches and perspectives, even in this specific context, are practically in complete alignment with one another. This profound convergence of our viewpoints is clearly and distinctly reflected, for example, in the comprehensive evaluations we have made regarding the significant initiative put forth by the President of the United States concerning the establishment of a new International Peace Council. In principle, Russia and China advocate for equitable, mutually beneficial cooperation based on the principles of international law and the UN Charter. The leaders are aware of the ongoing contacts between our countries and Donald Trump's administration. They perceive this situation as offering a range of new and promising opportunities. The chairman of the People's Republic of China, in particular, fully supports the ongoing negotiations of the Trilateral Working Group in Abu Dhabi on critical security matters. On the 5th of February, the period of validity for the Treaty on the Limitation of Strategic Offensive Arms is set to officially expire. As you are aware, we put forward a proposal to the American side on the 22nd of September 2025, suggesting the extension for an additional year of the central quantitative limits intended to function as voluntary self-restriction. However, an official response from the American side has not yet been received. Vladimir Putin emphasized that in this current situation, we are going to act in a balanced and responsible way, based on a comprehensive and thorough analysis of the general situation in the field of international security.